Hey guys, Kalpus here again, and today we're going to be making a tier list. And this tier list is going to be whether or not the mercenaries from TF2 would say the N word or not. As you can see, we have 5 tiers, and before we get to the ranking, we're going to explain what each tier means from top to bottom. Okay, first tier is would say it with hate. It's simple, They would say the N word with a malice intent, hatred, or just generally wanting to cause harm to another person with their words. So, the worst here, you could say. Says it in a non-hateful / ignorant way. This means they say it, but they don't mean to be racist on purpose. Maybe they're greeting someone or they're singing along to a rap song. It's still bad, but it's not as bad as hateful. They're just ignorant or just don't know. Okay, next one. Would say it in the heat of the moment. This one is maybe they only say when they're mad at someone. They get angry at someone. It's quite simple. I felt like this one was necessary because after playing online video games for a while, there's a lot of people who probably would only say the N word in when they're really mad and looking for an insult. But besides that, they would never say it. So, does not say it. Simple, they just don't say it. Self-explanatory, and this one's also self-explanatory. Can say it. Whether they say it or not is I'll leave that up to you because we don't know. But all we know is that they can't say it. And with that, let's get to this tier list. First of all is Demo Man. This one's quite simple. He can't say it. Whether or not he can't, he does. I don't know. He is Scottish. I don't know if they say it over there as much as over here in America. But all we know is he can say it. And, Demo Man. The only one who's going to go in this tier was made for him pretty much. So, okay. Maybe. Who knows? We'll get to that. But next up is Engineer. Now, Engineer is a toughie. Being an engineer me myself, I'm going to try to be unbiased as possible, but let's see. So, all we know, well, first of all, he's from Texas, and Texas does not have a good reputation when it comes to race, especially black people. If you look at most racial charts, they come out at the top 3 in terms of racial attacks, or more racism in general, is what I meant to say, but I feel like I don't think he would say it, but I think he would say it, but only in the heat of the moment. Maybe Demo Man or just destroyed the sentry nest he spent forever building, and he's very angry and he doesn't know what else to say, so he's looking for the most hateful thing to say to him. We don't know. I don't think he would say it on purpose. I don't think he's. I feel like he's too smart to be racist. You know what I mean? But I don't think he wouldn't say it either. I just feel like he most of the time he's very calm, but when he gets angry, he gets angry. So let's just move on to the next one. Heavy. I don't think he would say it. Because yes, despite being a Russian foreigner, the stereotype is often Russians are coming from a very white majority country can be racist, but I don't think this stereotype falls, especially on Heavy. Heavy in lore is very intelligent, very smart, and it's most likely canon that he does have a PhD in Russian literature. I just feel like he's above racism, and I don't even think he would say it when he in the heat of the moment, because Heavy doesn't discriminate based on race. He discriminates based on height. We never hear him mock someone for their ethnicity or background. He always mocks them for being smaller than him. If this was a racism against height tier list, yeah, he would be number one. But no, he would just call any black person smaller than him, little men. I don't think he would say it. Medic. Medic is. Okay. This is generally really hard because in lore, Medic is very. Yeah, he's not exactly the most kind guy. I feel like I don't think he would say it. I feel like he would say it in the heat of the moment. Because I don't know, just something I don't he never like heavy. I don't think he ever discriminates based on race or background really. He mostly does it instead of height, it's on the intelligence though. He sees himself as superior to them. But maybe he thinks him as a white man. He sees himself superior to the other races. We don't know. He is German. And from what we know, he could have served during World War II, so it's not impossible. This is really tough. We might, at the end of this tier list, we're gonna go back and do a retrospective, but until then, we're just gonna leave it at what's say at the end. We might change it later. Let's get the hardest one out of the way. Pyro. Pyro is difficult, mainly because we don't even know what race he is. We don't even know if even if he's a he. It could be a she, a they, them. We don't know. But until then, let's just call him he. It's generally really hard. We don't even know if he's can comprehend it. I feel like he either doesn't say it or says it in a non-ignorant / non-hateful way. No, I'm betting Morton doesn't say it because I don't think he even knows what that word means. He lives in Pyroland, and we just don't know what's going on. That's why he's the hardest, because we just don't know much about them, really. So until then, I was originally gonna put them in says in a non-hateful way, but I don't. But now that I think of it, I don't even think he knows that word. So until then, we're just gonna put them in does not say it, simply because we don't know, and and from what we do know, they don't even know what that word is. We don't even know if they can say words, like coherently at least. So until then, we're just gonna put it there. Next up, Scout. Scout. I feel like Scout's the easiest one for me. He would say it, in my opinion, but not in a hateful way. He grew up in Boston, which does have a large black population. So I feel like he would, growing around black people, he would, get used to them. He would realize that they're humans too, that they're just people. I don't think he has malice intent towards them. However, that is a double-edged blade sword, because maybe growing around, maybe he grew up around rap music. Maybe I think he would say, like, let's say hypothetically he's listening to Kendrick Lamar. He would say the N-word whenever it comes up. Maybe he's listening to Pimple Butterfly. Maybe we don't know. I feel like he would say the whole song, or he would, like, whenever he meets someone, he goes, "What up?" and he says the N-word. To him it's normal. I feel like he would, but I don't think he has hate in his heart. In my opinion, this is the most sound of all the mercs, because I just don't see him as a racist. I just can't. Now, if this was a pedophilia tier list, then yeah, he would score number one. But that's a story for another time. Or a grooming tier list. I don't think the writers. Okay, sniper. No, he like heavy. He's also a foreigner, so I don't know if they say it over there as much in Australia. Now, I feel like he. Okay, it's either he would. I think he would say it because he does say slurs. He says, like mongrel and pikey. I think that's what's called. Those are technically slurs. Not as bad as the N word, but he does say derogatory stuff. And whenever he dominates Demo Man, he calls them a Scotsman, in a derogatory way. He calls the other soldiers, dumb. So we know he does say slurs, and he can discriminate people based on their nationality. So I feel like he would say it, but either he would say in the heat of the moment or would say it with hate. I think it depends on the situation. I don't think he would just call someone the N word, but at the same time, I feel like let's maybe maybe he just hyped the kill, and he just slips it in because no one's around, no one's gonna run to hear it. So I feel like he would, but at the heat of the moment, like the other two. Soldier is a toughie because what we know, he is discriminatory towards anyone that isn't American. So, and we know that in lore, he went to Germany and he went to Poland and killed a bunch of German people after the war. So he discriminates towards Germans. And we know he's from the Midwest. We know that he isn't exactly the most sane of mind. But at the same, does he know what the full meaning, the full connotations of the word? Because he isn't exactly the smartest. I don't even think he could read. Okay, I don't think he would say it, but whether or not he would say it in a hateful way or a non-hateful way is really... That's the question here, because, does he discriminate based on race? Or just on nationality? Maybe... I don't think he... Let's say hypothetically speaking, what does he think of patriots who are of African descent? Does he like them? Does he hate them? We don't know, because it's TF2. We do know that he can and will kill anyone that doesn't agree with him. So, okay, if you agree with his political ideologies and are a patriot, he would not say it. But if you did disagree with him, he would say it. So we're gonna put him would say it with hate because he sees you as lesser. But then again, maybe he's just saying it to be mean. It's a very hard one with Soldier, because we don't know much what's going on in that head of his. We'll go back to him like at the end tier list. Let's go Spy. Spy is French, so he's already... And French people are very pretentious. And they're not exactly the most kind to foreigners. If you go to French state, you know that very well. They aren't very kind to their foreigners. But this takes place during the 60s, so... You know what? In my headcanon is Spy was there during colonial Africa. He was a spy. He went there at least one point. Maybe I feel like he would think that the colony shouldn't have stuck with Africa. You know, he was probably mad when Algeria declared their independence from France. But does he think himself superior to other races? That's the real question. He does consider himself the most superior of all the mercenaries in terms of class, skills, and everything, pretty much. He does speak at least 3 languages, so he is diverse. In terms of that, he's culturally diverse. But is he racially diverse? That's the question we're trying to answer here. I don't know. It's hard. I think we're gonna put him here because, yeah, I think that's a good place to put him. I don't think I don't know. I just don't think. I feel like he would say it, but like scout. And, yeah, okay. I feel like he would say in the heat of the moment. I don't think he would just call someone such a word just out and about. Maybe I feel like maybe he doesn't think it's classy enough for him. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, let's go back and do we want to make any changes to this? Let's see. This is good. This is good. This tier list is good. Looking back, I think he would say it. And there we go. There we go. Yeah. Soldier, he would say it, but he doesn't know what it means. He hears other people say it and he just assumes it's just a bad word. I don't think he only cares about American history, the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, that stuff, because he's soldier. Medic, on the other hand, yeah, I don't know, just something about him. He would say it. In lore, he's really not the best of guys, and I feel like he has a strong superiority complex. But yeah, is this it? Is this the final tier list? Let's see. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. I'm still a little iffy on spy because I don't know. Yeah. No, I think this is a good place for spy. But yeah, this is the final tier list. Can say it, doesn't say it, would say in a heated moment, it's not in a hateful way, and would say it with hate. I feel like this is good. I might make more tier lists. I made this because I was bored and I thought the idea was funny. So I don't know if you want more, if you want to recommend some shit. But yeah, this is where I think the mercs would say N word or not. I probably should. This was a heat of the moment idea. I thought it would be funny. So, if you have any disagreements, just put it in the comments, I guess. So that's about it. See you guys.